Alright, hi there. I am live right now. I should be. Why is that not working? Did it even start it? Where is it? Supposed to be here. Oh, duh. There it is. So, hey there, Francesco. I think I pronounced your name properly. If not, let me know. But yes, it is morning now. How you doing? And in this video, by the title and thumbnail, I am going to be doing a lot of power leveling. I'm trying to get to level 100. It is PSO2 day over here on the Japanese PSO2. Let me check that out. That's not it. Yeah, it's PSO2 day, so there's a 100% boost going on. I'm going to be going to level up, or try to level up most of my characters and their classes. I'm gonna go to the team room because I need to actually get the XP boost. I might poof a tiny bit during the stream just to address something later. But that's when the and get a XP boost, and then let us go to the gate. Notice that I'm not going to be good with Tekker, because I barely play on the class. I am using it to try to power level, and I am going to be using a Go Key and a lot of XP boosters. So let us go to the gate area. And also, if you play on the Japanese PSO2, also note that they did reset the Barbados order, and obviously, along with that, they did reset the dailies as well. So, we're gonna use a rainbow key on this, because I'm not a big fan of playing with this, and I'm gonna be popping a lot of boosters. I also want to make sure that I have certain effects on so I can get ray weapons, well, Union ray weapons at certain percentages. or at certain slot numbers. So let me just refresh that. Talk to you, need to make sure I have it. So I have these two active. What I need to do is have it in my inventory. So what? It's gonna be the gun slash. Shit, no, not that gun slash. Where's that? No, it's not even called a gun slash, it's called this. I'm gonna bring both of these and then let us get to it. Rainbow key. Let it go over here. I think I can get another rainbow key, and most likely I'll pull it from here. I do need to unlock that. I need to spend like 100 star gems. So there's one there, and then there's another one here, but that's at 30. I can't get it this week. Might be able to do it at the 1st of January, but I'm gonna have it plan it accordingly. So, boosters I'm gonna use will be a lot of XP boosters. I will pop a 250 along with this. So I have an experience gain 50, I'm gonna overwrite that. Try boost 50, gonna overwrite that. Could also use a try boost, but not really. I can use the extra 100%. So, gonna do all that. Pop, pop. Ignore that. 50. Put that back into my storage. Do that. Do this. Premium. Let's go with the premium. And then, as you can see, I got a 250. Well, ignoring that 250. I got 100. Got 150 for another experience, and then 100. So that's 350 plus the 100% that's going on. That is 450 right now. I could use a couple other boosters to boost it even further, but this should be enough to get through Rainbow. Alright, let's see. Let us confirm, let us start. And I, once again, have the Monkey King bar and the gun slash on me, so I can try to increase my chances with the actual loot drop in terms of its slots. Oh wait, this shouldn't be as bad. I just need to go for the guy that has the bombs. Hit this, and then it's gonna pop up over here. Hit this, boop. Then hit this. I forgot, like, the rainbow keys, they're not as bad. It's because of these bombs. And then these two die, then there's the Tagame. Beat this up. Beat this up. And then just give you another one here. Gonna smack you. I'm surprised I'm not getting as much. I might need to use... Let me think, how many keys would I need? Maybe 2 other gold keys after this one. Ed Dick says, would you recommend people in Global PSO2 to change their web elements to dark for episode 6? It's not a mandatory thing. People are still gonna have stuff at light elements. If you really want to capitalize on that element weakness and get that slight damage boost, you can. I would say try to find a specific weapon though that can enhance it, and then there are certain augments and abilities that could enhance it even further, aka the Slayer and the Ripper abilities. There are two particular abilities that can be used against these Luma mechs. But do you have to? Nope. It is an option, but that's ultimately up to you. I do have this character use dark magic a lot. It has some custom, what is it? Custom crafted techniques, but the element weapon that I have is like light. It's your call if you want to make it into a dark element. Jesus Christ, I am sucking against this guy. Shit, that's not a lot. I was hoping for like 4 levels. But getting to 100 isn't gonna be easy, fuck. Now, the good thing is I'm getting Meseta out of these rainbows. And when I break these things, I get ability transfer passes, which will help me in my later runs. And then now I got a bunch of these. But shit. Yeah, I got all these boosters and it still didn't help me get to 100. So that means it might take me a lot of keys to even get to 100. I may not have a lot of keys to actually tackle this. I do have 3 of them. 3 more rainbow keys I can do. Well, why not? Let's do it. I don't like playing Tekken as much, so I'll use this class with these rainbow keys. Hopefully this should be able to push me to 97 or at least 98. Then I got these things over here. I don't really need... Yeah, I don't need them. So what I'm going to do is just trade them in for X cubes. And then let us reset. Oh, I'm gonna hate this. I hate power leveling. Power leveling isn't the... Well, don't get me wrong. It helps you speed through it, but there's so many keys you had to burn, and I am trying to get to level 100 in several classes and with all these different characters. Rainbow keys do tackle this issue slightly, but as you saw, with just one rainbow key with like at least 450 experience gain and then some other boosts like the premium drink and then the team experience boost, it's still a pain in the butt to get to 100. Now, I would be fine if I farmed something alongside my leveling up session. So if I had like a limited quest going on, I wouldn't mind doing that, especially if it drops a bunch of goodies that can help me in the end game and give me a lot of money. But just doing these keys and spamming it left and right, it will be taxing. At the very least, you got an alternative, which is to... Well, not an alternative, it's just like a fixed method to get XP, but the moment you run out of keys, you're kind of stuck. Google user says, why is it PSO2 day? It's the 21st. It's Japan. That's why if you're watching this on global, it's not gonna be PSO2 day, but if you play on the Japanese PSO2, technically it is. It is the 21st on my end, but Japan is like a day ahead, or a few hours ahead, so it is PSO2 day over there. Hey there, Vast. How you doing? Now, I am using a rainbow key right now. These things are good. You would want to burn them. You don't want to waste them. You don't want them to expire. But at this moment, even with a 450 boost going on and using these rainbow keys, I am struggling to get through these, or like get to a level 100. This is the second rainbow key. Now, when I was getting from 19 to 95, it only took me roughly around 2 rainbow keys with the amount of boosters that I have. But then again, I was also doing it on like a 350 XP boost gain. Right now, it's only 100 because of PSO2 day. So that might play a factor into me getting as much experience. I'm burning them now though because I do not want them to expire. Because they will expire after, what, 2 days? And I'll be busy in those 2 days. Google user says thank you, no problem. Yeah, just make sure you know that I am playing on the Japanese PSO2. That's why I have the brackets in JP. There's not a lot of spoilers other than like me just spamming some of the rainbow keys right now. Rainbow keys will be added over there in global in due time. Those, once again, you would want to use and don't let them expire. Because if you let them expire, it's gonna be, you're gonna lose out a lot. There's ability transfer passes you can get. You can get an easy 2 million Meseta by just killing those Mesetans, as you can see. And then there's also a chance to get 8 slot weapons of Ray and Unions that can give you an Astro Soul, SAF of an Astro Soul. And then also some 14-star, actually no, I don't think 14-star, but they do give 15-star weapons. There are some 13-star units you can get as well. As you can see, there's the animation for it, and then there's a grind cap right here. In all honesty though, I do not need all of these 13 stars, so I will trade them in for X cubes. Chase says, we got them already. Yeah, I'm well aware. It's just that you guys don't have the Battle Pass update for it to get more of these rainbow keys. Right now, Sega has to, or Western PSO2 has to hand them out to you guys. Right, for now. They will update it, and then you get this. Now, I don't know if you get the same exact cosmetic stuff that we have in weapon camos, because they're doing a thing over there in Global with their Mission Pass, Battle Pass, where they're getting some of the previous old AC scratches way back then from the Japanese PS2. Francisco says, Morph, what did you think about the new Genesis prologue, or whatever they call it? The trailer? The new trailer one? I actually like how it was displayed. In terms of looking at the technical snippets, like the face designs and stuff, I did not watch it. Note that when it comes to me looking into new Genesis, I'm not going to actually look at a bunch of spoiler stuff. Well, I wouldn't say spoilers, but it's more like I don't want to spoil myself with all this stuff when I'm going to see it again when I get into the game. And I'm doing this just so I can give you guys a genuine reaction when I actually record or stream NGS. I don't want to be spoiled as much. I want to be, once again, natural and genuine with some of the stuff. What am I doing? Oh, so I hit level 98. I think one more key might be able to push me to 100. If not, then I might need to use a gold key. But at the very least, it took roughly around 3 rainbow keys to get to this. To get to 98. Alright, let's retry this. So yeah, I don't know. I can't really give you as much other than like the new trailer that's released for NGS. I like the looks of it. They changed Ash's, or I can't call him Ash anymore, can I? They changed the protagonist's face. Cause if you remember, like during its initial release, it was, I don't know, it's like a baby face. It was like deformed as fuck. I wasn't a big fan of it. I was like, what am I staring at? But they did fix it up a bit. Alright, I took a drink. I got these things going on. PSO2 day kicking in with 100%. Got the key on me, now using it. Francisco says, I believe we only got one so far. As in the rainbow keys? Yeah, you'll get more of it eventually. Sega will hand them out, or Western PSO2 will hand them out during certain events and promotions. And then there's also that battle pass. You'll get it eventually. Just wait. I would say you can push all the way up to 95 with gold keys alone, but that in itself can be a pain. I tend to figure out when a certain, well, if it's going to be PSO2 day, I tend to plan things out and try to get as many keys as I can, unless I'm super busy. Or I wait and see if there's an event that's going to have a huge boost, a passive boost. Because, once again, you don't want to take forever doing these things. And even though it helps you in power leveling and just getting through it, they do get tedious, annoying, boring after, like, what, 10 runs of it? At the very least, I could talk to you guys and try to ignore the boring, tedious power leveling session. Hopefully I have enough keys. The problem is I don't think gold keys will help me get to 100 quickly. Even with all the boosters that I have on now, it's going to be a slight struggle. Rainbow keys, they're godlike, but even then, like getting to 95 to 100, you can see that I'm having a bit of issues. I used 3 rainbow keys to get to, well, we'll see after this one where I get to. If 3 rainbow keys can give me 100, that's actually pretty good. But then the other problem is I don't have as many rainbow keys. Well, I kind of lie. I do have rainbow keys, but it's because, once again, Sega gave them out. I do have several of them in my Visa phone. Miss Kitty says, Ash is less derpy. I don't know if we can call him Ash since that's 1,000 years in the future, unless it is him time traveling and going into the future. I'm curious to how the story would play out from there, and I might actually do the NGS story during that time and moment. I just want to try to record all of it, so I'm gonna need upgrades, or I just need to be like, I need to do something. I need to figure out a way to actually stay up to par with the NGS story. I don't want to do the same mistake that I did with the PSO2 story. I'm also debating about if I should do the PSO2 story. I'm gonna have to stare at the Star Gym scratch to see if that expiration date for the one Star Gym scratch is going to expire next year or beginning of next month. Oh wait, I'm gonna have to do something once I kill this. It is my dad's birthday, so I need to say happy birthday to him. And give him a card. Alright, you're dead. Ah, motherfuck. Okay, so he only got me to 99, so I'm gonna have to use gold keys. And that's a 15 star. Before we go any further though, let me untech these and show you guys why I do this Monkey King bar and the gun slash combination. And this is going to hint at something else. If you are watching this, I would advise you guys not to buy Ray and Union weapons, just because how Rainbow Keys will allow you to tackle this slight issue. Now I'm also going to get a couple 15 stars. I will most likely desynth those 15 stars since I have more of those. Or I'm gonna have to compare some of the slot numbers that I have on these 15 stars and see if I want to keep those or like get rid of them. So I got 2 15 stars over here because of that orange color. Let me go over here and then we do this. So I got, oh wait, I said there's no 13 stars, but there is, wait, no. I'm still waking up, Jesus, or I'm trying to form my thoughts. I said there was like no 14 stars, I lied. They do have this one. This does give a SAF Doombreak 2, but I don't really care about that anymore. So I will most likely either desynth this or get X cubes out of it. And then you can see that these Union weapons, most of these, I got these 15 stars. These 15 stars are needed for the, I think the Talus upgrade for the Pure Awesome Still. I can't get rid of this one because this is at a low slot. I don't really care about that one. But as you can see, like, most of these Union weapons up here, especially since I'm using the Monkey King bar, rare drop rate boost, and the gun slash, they're dropping at 8 slots. It's natural. One of them didn't drop at an 8 slot. But hey, look, it's better than, well, the overall is like there's 5 of them. 3 out of those 5 have 8 slots. The other 2 do not. So what I can do, either desynth or keep them. I'm getting most likely get rid of these 2, get it for X cubes. This one, I don't really care once again for the Doombreak 2. So I'm gonna get rid of that. And then for the units, I don't need all these 13 stars anymore. And then for the 15 stars, I can keep them, do some compare and contrast. But yeah, once again, this is what Rainbow Keys can do. They also gave me roughly around like 6 million in this setup. For ability transfer passes, you can see that I got 15 of them. Ultimate boosters are here. Full-time boosters, I don't really care about them, but it does drop some X cubes, fast X cubes as well. 100 Sage Crest, and then it did give me a grind cap +1. So now this is where I have to not use a Rainbow Key and deal with the rest of this character's leveling session with gold keys. I'm also curious to how many or how much experience I can get for a gold key. Alright, so hey Morph, how's it going? Starting the power leveling session, but I'm gonna be right back because I had to go take care of something. It should take only a few minutes. Where is it? Yeah. Alright, I am back. Sorry about that. And now since Callie is wrapping up her Shadowverse stream, let me go back to my stream on my phone and just make sure everything is playing out properly. And then I can also read from here compared to that. And I don't need my glasses. Well, no, I do need my glasses. The moment I took it off, I was like, oh wait, I can't see shit. Alright, so Alright, says, hey Morph, how's it going? I'm doing okay-ish. Doing the tedious leveling up session. It's unavoidable, but if I want to get to 100 on all these different characters and classes, I'm gonna have to do what I gotta do. Which is to power level the shit out of all of them. Oh. Let's go to gold. I got a feeling I might need 3 of them just to get from 99 to 100. Hopefully it's not as bad, but we shall see. But once again, it is PSO2 today over here in the Japanese PSO2. Make sure to take advantage of it. Also note that if you are trying to join the Japanese PSO2 right now, and you're brand new, like you're only at level 1, take advantage of this, this feature quest over here. You can start this at level 8. This has a 500% XP boost. It's not 100 because this does have a built-in 200% going on, but there's another 200% on top of this because of the Sword Art Online collab. And then you got the PSO2 day, which stacks that to that whopping 500. So if you're level like 8 or 10, you're new to Japanese PSO2, Now would be a good time to spam the World Engulfed in Shadows because there's a 500% boost going on. The highest difficulty is at XH, but if you got a bunch of other boosters like another 100% XP on top of this 500, you can push above like 600, maybe even 700 depending on the boosters. So go ahead and do this. It's only for today, but then you gotta consider, what is it, the 1st of, or 2nd of January, it's gonna kick in again. I don't know if it's gonna be the same feature quest, limited quest, but right now it's this one, which gives you a lot of levels. Now I wouldn't say it will give you a lot of experience and levels if you're already at like endgame stuff like 85 and above, but at the very least, if you're below 85, you can use this to power level. You might be able to get a good chunk of it, but bonus quest is going to be your main go-to. Kitty's like, this music sounds like New Year's event on Azure Lane. Surprisingly, it is not from Azure Lane. I was going to use it, but then I was like, nah, I like this Destiny Child music. If you're familiar with that phone app game, pretty much this is OST from it. It got like a banger OST. Reminds me of Persona. So now here's the problem. I'm not gonna have bombs, and I'm not well versed in Tekker. I'm just gonna be smacking the shit out of everything and try to pull it all in. Hopefully I'm not as terrible, but I don't play Tekker as much. After video, I might as well use this. This should be able to clear it all out. Or I can use Fire Element instead. I feel like fire might do a bit more work, but this character isn't versed in the fire tree. They're in the dark and lights. Let me try it regardless though. Where is that fire? Let's go with explosion. Fuck. Oh wait, no. Smack, smack, smack. Okay, I think fire would be a bit better. Is that my anti? No, that's not my anti. Where's my anti? I didn't plan this out. Actually, what is the 6? Oh wait, yeah, it's this thing for the wand, where it just sends like this wave. Never mind, we're going back to this. Nope. Uh-oh, where are you? How much experience is that? Look at how much experience I have. 2,900,000 something. So let me swap this out. So one more go key should do it, and then I should have Tekker at 100. At what? Right now I have Phantom at 100, but that's it. All my other classes are stuck at 95. That means I need to push them. Oh fuck. Yeah, I'm not picking up all those things. I just forgot that this... The moment you're done with the rainbow key, my tip is if you go to gold keys, don't have this in your storage. Or don't have this in your inventory. Because all of that will be in that diamond form. I don't want to spend like X amount of Meseta to untech it. Especially if it's just for one X cube. Nope. Hey there, Jamar, how you doing? I think I got one more key that I can do. Oh, I got 3 of them. Don't think I need the 3. I'm gonna trade all this in. Yeah, trade all that in. So I think 1 key should be able to do this. And then I'll be able to go to a different character. Well, what I'm gonna do is also get this character to a level 100 in terms of their Phantom. Once again, I already got a class already at a level 100. But this is actually my rod main for Phantom. So I would want it to be at 100 for convenience sake. Especially if I decide to start practicing and trying to use this character to complete some more endgame content. What boosters do you use? Right now, well, let me get through this. Now, some of these boosters may not be obtainable for free-to-play. Some of these boosters are actually given out for free. Just depends on what version of the game you're playing. Global will eventually give out a bunch of stuff like Japan, with a bit of differences here and there. I'm using an extra EX boost, a regular experience boost, a try boost, and then I am using a 250, but the 250 is more for rainbow keys that I spammed at the beginning of this video. I do have a couple more rainbow keys. I'm just trying to figure out which class I would want to use it on. Oh, I already hit 100. Shit. So I could have used a silver key to actually dump that. Oh well, whatever. Just need to get through this now. Wow, I missed. Come on, me. I can aim. I know how to aim. Now, the next class I'm going to go on to would be Summoner. I'm trying to go to the ones that I'm not a big fan of. So let me pop all these. There's a lot of these damn boxes. I kind of wish they changed the currency of this because all these stones are from episode 4. Oh, Japanese PSO2 episode 4. And most of these weapons I don't even go for. Or those old type weapons I do not even go for them. I might get them just so I can descent them or trade them for X cubes. So another thing is I'm close to getting my next ice stone. Tomorrow, like I have to pay attention to tomorrow and just log in on at the right time to do the primordial runs. Guy in character says summoners always a pain to level. The thing is, it's not like it's bad to use, or it's not that difficult to level up. Like I'm not familiar with Tekker, which is why it took me a while to get through it. Not a big fan of it because I'm not well versed in it. Summoner, it does take a bit of work to figure out what to do. The problem is just the gameplay for Summoner. It's pretty much auto run. Now, in terms of getting through some of this tedious stuff, I'm fine doing that, letting my Summoner do auto run. But it's not like the best class that I play on. It's kind of like a lazy class to go to. It can do damage, but once again, you need to know a bit of stuff. But even then, after you know all that stuff, you can still simply click left, right mouse button and cheese through some of it. Because for a summoner, you don't need to worry about like just attacks as much. You don't need to worry about... Well, when it comes to augments and affixes, that's more on your units. The big thing though, the pets emphasize heavily more on the candies and their level and what you feeding other pets to them. I'm a bit dumbfounded at the fact that when it comes to you giving it certain stats, you have to feed it other pets. It's like cannibalism. What the fuck is wrong with Sega? So yeah, I'll most likely get on that character, just get that to a level 100 and get that out of the way. That particular character also would have a gunner. That's at level 95. I do want to get back into gunner, but that is gonna be a pain in my butt to try to just be good in that class. Especially since my keyboard configuration is different from the norm. And then when it comes to me playing gunner, I may want to have a controller instead of a keyboard and mouse. But once again, that's just me talking about some stuff. The ultimate thing is I need to practice for it. Before I forget, let me show you the boosters. Right now, I'm using the 20k premium drink. The 20k premium drink will give you an XP boost. I'm using a team boost as well. And then I got a 250 RDR, 100% experience gain, 150 try gain, and then an extra experience gain 100. So it's what? I think it's what? In experience percent, it should be 350. It's going to be 450 because of PSO2 Day giving you that 100 boost. But it's not as high. I've toyed around with a lot higher. That 350, especially with the previous events over here in the Japanese PSO2, those were godlike. And those helped you in getting to that max level, which was like 95 at the time. I kind of wish they have that on right now. Actually, that was like last week or last 2 weeks. That certain event would have helped to get to level 100. And I think the level 100 cap came out during that event release. Do you use alternate history weapons as well? No, I do not. You can do that, but I don't think that's going to be like a huge boost to it all. I need something that can give me like a whopping 100 XP gain. That once again does help in a small way, but I want big numbers, not small stuff. And also I would want to breeze through this quickly. You can see that everything is dying quickly if I'm using my light stream. The big thing that you could also stack on top of this would be the Idola stake. But over there in Global, you guys don't have that because Idola is not linked to PSO2. I'll quickly show what I'm referring to, because if you guys don't know what it does, then I can display it on the screen. I just need to go to a Visa phone. Katie's like, there's still PSO2 Day donut. Oh yeah! A donut would help too. I do have a donut, I think. Where did I put the donut? It might be on one of my characters. Actually, no, it might be in the Visa phone. Let me check that. So, if I go over here, if I go to the second to last option before I hit return, it's an Idola point shop. Point exchange. This is how you can get some weekly star gems over here. You just need to trade in these X amounts of points. You do need to play Idola to get these points, but you also want to link the Idola account to PSO2. Then you can get this. I did go out of my way to actually get this lobby action over here, which took 100,000 points. But pretty much, Idola gives you weekly star gems. Now there's this stake over here. It only lasts for 5 minutes, but guess what? That's an extra 150%. And if you get multiple Idola style stakes, you can actually stack this ability. Someone was able to point out that they can get 1,000 XP gain if they get all these things. So let me type this up. So yeah, you can technically buy this. You see that they do sell for a good chunk of meseta as well. And then there's what, that PSO2 donut. If I check the rewards over here. Since I'm going through all my characters, I do need to get that as well. Granted that I cleared this out first. SAO, bonus key, gold. I'll pick up these gold in a bit. MRR, Plania, rainbows, 1,000. So here's a donut. So let me get that. You get like 44 star gems. PSO2 donut, it lasts for an hour. It gives you a tri boost plus 220. So I'm gonna pop that. Let's go back to this. What happened to my music? Oi. But it says, yeah, I knew it was gonna say something like that. Yeah, PSO2 day over here in Japanese side. If you have like a character you need to power level, do the feature quest. If you have keys and you want to try to get to 100, now would be a good time to do that. So now with that donut, I got an extra, what, 150 on top of whatever I have right now. Let me put that over there. Let me put this. Let's put it in there. I will toy around with that later. And then I'll put that in the normal storage. I don't have the gun stash. Alright. Did I get my premium drink? I think I did. Note that this is like the first character that I'm leveling, and it's going to take a bit. And throughout today, I might stream again later in the afternoon, depending on certain factors. But I will continue the power level session. In all honesty, what I could do is just do this move right here. Because this can get on my nerves. I don't think I have enough keys to actually get all my characters to level 100. I do need to figure out which character actually has all of my silver keys from last runs, or I might have already used them for someone. I really wish it was a limited quest right now on the Japanese side. Like, don't get me wrong, the feature quest limited quest is technically a limited quest, but I want a relevant, up-to-date limited quest. You can also pop triggers while PS2 Day is up as well to help you get certain rare items and drops. Like, if you got episode 6 triggers, that would be a good thing to farm, because episode 6 triggers can give you doom breaks. They can, well, excuse me, not doom breaks. They can give you crack. They can give you the modules you need for Metra Varuna, and then you can also get those certain glares as well. Metra Varuna, and then the Ford one. In Vlag as well. Vlag. Also, I do have a video prepped for a certain talk about a unit piece that can give you Angie Glare as an SAF. I was abusing that like last night. Alright, so this... Oh wait, this isn't a dex mag, this is like chi attack. I only used the rod for this character, so it's fine in a sense. I don't think I'm getting the most out of it, but meh. Wait, did I drink already? Yes? No, I did not drink. Hold up. Then I also need to get a key. So, 23rd. Okay, no, that's the icon. It's got to be like that plus red side. So what are you guys doing? Are you guys just chilling watching me? Are you guys also taking advantage of PSO2 Day? Or are you guys playing on global, getting through your weeklies and dailies, or just prepping yourself for the global PSO2 Day? I swear, I thought this was like Vocaloid. Think about it. Oh no, wait, yeah, Vocaloid did collab with Destiny's Child that one time. I forgot. It's been a while since I actually touched Destiny Child. Die. 97. It might take me... Edic says, playing on global, doing key runs on alt, and doing recommended quests for chances at more keys. Jamar says, currently working from home and watching you. Gotcha. Yeah, you guys in global will most likely get PSO2 Day tomorrow. There's like a very slim chance Rainbow Key can drop from feature quests, but it's rare. I only know one person that shared the fact that they did get a Rainbow Key from feature quests, but that was a little one-time thing. Random one-time thing. I don't need this 14-star egg. I got too many of them. Let me just put that in material storage for now so I can get this. Teddy says, that's what you said you can't get rainbow keys from. Really? Huh. Huh. Alright, that's... I guess. I don't know. How did they determine that information anyways? Is it because, like, it's a consensus? Consensus, or... Because the thing about this game, compared to some other ones, this one has a bunch of question marks in terms of technical stuff. It's just trial and error in getting and seeing if people can do this and this. Like, I don't think anyone knows the actual drop rates for certain things. Granted that it will be different for everyone because RNG is RNG. And then if you understand the concept of RNG, it's just going to be a pain to actually try to calculate that in itself. I mean, there were a couple charts that I saw up on the Discord, the PSO2 Discord, where people did show some statistical data. One of them actually did like a Meseta test by doing a bunch of endless. It was impressive, but that didn't help in terms of like understanding rare drop rates and the percent drops for that. I was gonna do something like that, but I just hated it. The big one that I was trying to do that for would be returner farming and just understanding abduction. I got fed up with that thing, and then I just got PTSD to kick in. Yeah, not a fun thing. I hate fucking abduction. At the very least, you got that new extreme quest. 1991 says, what was the new mission that you mentioned that drops Doombreak and Returners? It's the extreme quest. The extreme quest over here is on level 85. I can pull that up. I could also run a couple of those, but I had to do it on a really good character. I might actually do it on my Phantom because I'm getting used to stoling with Phantom Rifle. Not with this character. This character, I need to get back into a practice session with this one. $98. It might take me another 2 gold keys to get to 100. I wish that they increased the levels for these mobs. That might play a factor into like getting a bit more XP. I'm surprised they left it at 80 and just left it at 80. If they were able to scale with you, that might be able to ease the amount of keys that you will need to use. So to answer your question, 1991, let me go over here. And then over here on Extreme Quest, World Beyond is the thing that drops modulators, drops Doom Breaks 3s, drops Crack 3s, and the big one drops Returner 3. And just to show it through the records, special ability record, you can see all these abilities right here. Does drop this ligand ability. The problem with this certain ability, there's no way to transfer them yet. But these are a lot better than a sentence ability, an EV ability, and Flint and Alter. But once again, you can't transfer these just yet. They might program it later. But this one's the big one that can drop Crack 1s and Returner 1s. The big one, Returner 1s. So if you guys want to get Returners or Veteran Resolve within Global, don't buy them. Don't try to do Abduction. Wait for that game mode. Now, the only reason why you might want to do Abduction, though, is so you can get the titles. But you can get the titles so you can get like a, what is it? A unit piece that's at a 4-slot Returner 3 and then a 5-slot Returner 3. And if you're wondering why I did that pause there, it's to listen to the phone that's talking in the background. Renam says, hey Morph, I did Saddam first time and took 10 minutes. Is that a normal thing? Feels so long compared to most. To Masquerade. It is normal because the thing about Saddam, he has a shit ton of HP. The problem isn't his moveset, the problem isn't the difficulty. Well, if you are a first timer, you might not be familiar with him, especially if you haven't spammed the emergency quest as many times. However, it's just that with Saddam, he's a sponge. He has so much HP, and as you progress further in the death, he just has a lot of it. Some people are able to kill it quickly, but that's because they know how to play their class well. Especially with Luster. Luster is able to dish out a lot of damage, but you need to understand how to do their command outputs. Because it's pretty much, if you do Luster, it's like a fighting game. If you're familiar with fighting games, you know there's different combos and timing and stuff. That's the same with Luster. It's heavy on like that fighter aspect. Ah shit, a Go Cube is dead. That expired yesterday. So what class are you playing, Renam? Because I might be able to say yes or no to that. It takes me roughly around 10 minutes to kill my Saddam with Phantom Rifle only. If I went for a different class combo, like maybe a Rod, I might be able to kill that thing faster. The good thing is that, once again, Saddam isn't that difficult, especially once you get a bunch of practice. Compared to like Masquerade. Masquerade's difficult due to what he can do. Even if you can be lax about him, the fact that if he hits you with that stupid status element, it can be used against you unless you can get rid of that status element. It's the one with the what, red aura around you. It's called Injury. I find it, that is a dumb name for a status element. I would call it like Fatal Injury or like just Fatal Wound or something, but not Injury, because Injury is like, you know, it could be light. It's like, oh, this person injured themselves. Alright, so Luster, they can actually do a lot of damage. It's like dummy stupid. But the problem is, once again, you need to understand how to do it, which is why someone in the chat, or one of my viewers, Ricky, he taught me how to play it. There was an entire stream where I let him teach me how to play Luster. Like, if you know how to play any class, like, you know, Phantom Arts, using the right click and stuff, straightforward, but there's some command outputs, some things you do need to be conscious of, and you need to time it right, so you can actually do a lot of damage. There's one certain PSO2 YouTuber that I keep tabs on, and they're good with, they're good with Hero, and then they also play with, I think it was Luster. And they were able to beat, like, Saddam in, like, 2 to 3 minutes. Some of them was like 5 minutes with luster. Now, when it comes to me teaching you guys how to do luster, don't ask me because it's a bit complicated. I would say look for someone else or actually look up some guides and a breakdown just talking about it. You really need to get your timing rights with it. Like, yeah, you might be able to do the same with like all these other classes, but luster, if you really want to get the most damage out of it, you do need to understand the timing of certain photon arts, how to do these combos back to back, how to do quick animations, how to do this, and this, and how to build up your voltage. Like, out of the 2 successive classes, I would say the ones that you do need to put some effort into would be Hero and Luster. Now, Luster does have a shit ton of mobility and iframes, which you can capitalize on, but that doesn't mean jack shit against Sadam if you can't kill him. Like, you can evade him and you can tank through him, but the thing is, you need to kill him, especially if you want to progress further into floors. If you're able to kill him in 10 minutes though, for now, it should be fine. But when it gets to the point where that timer gets, what? The timer is like 12, 13, 14 minutes to kill him, that's when you might need to get a good chunk of practice in. And I got a feeling, what am I, 98? I'm 98, Jesus. I'm gonna have to pop another set of boosters. But yeah, that's the thing about Sadam. Like, if you really want to do the game mode, it should be straightforward and easy. You can obviously get some practice in, like by just understanding his moveset, and then go back in and try to kill him quickly. It's just that you really need to know how to DPS. The classes that I think would not have a big issue against Sadam would be Fighter, Gunner, maybe Force, Phantom. Actually, I think all of the classes could technically do it. It's just that you, once again, need to know how to DPS with that certain class. And how to capitalize on certain builds and stuff. Ranger might be a bit difficult. Well, no, they got a weak bullet. But your successive classes are going to be like your easy go-to classes that can try to do a lot of damage. Fighter and Gunner, they're the same thing except they do take a bit more skill. Yeah, right. When I do my runs, I just use Phantom Rifle though. I do need to expand on that, and I will most likely off-screen practice with my own Luster characters and see if I can get through Sadam with Luster. Kitty says, there's a video, a low death Sadam for 2 minutes with Gunner. My lowest time on Sadam was 5 minutes 17 seconds, but I'm up to 9 minutes at death 50 plus. Yeah, that's the thing. Sadam isn't hard, it's just that he's a sponge. He just has a bunch of HP, and you are trying to tear up this sponge so you can just get all these goodies as you progress through these different deaths. I think a lot of people were talking about the buffs for Fighter and how it was good. It's just that some of my hardcore buddies that I know that play PSO2, they wish that they got that Fighter buff a bit earlier. And that's the problem that I have with like how Sega does some stuff in terms of class balance. They do it a bit late. Wait, I'm still trying to get to 100. What am I doing? I need to pop another 100%, 150, and then... So... 100, 150, and then was what? Extra this. K97 says, wow, I haven't touched this game for a while. Hey there, K97. How you doing? Yeah, right now it's PSO2 day. Well, I don't know what version of the game you play. If you play on global, that's gonna be tomorrow. But right now I'm playing on the Japanese PSO2, and it is PSO2 day. Oh wait, that's the wrong boost that I grabbed. It's supposed to be Tri Boost 50, 150. Regular 150, there we go. Go grab one of these. Hopefully this one go cheat will get me to level 100, because I need to get on these other characters. And also note that if you are playing on the Japanese PS2, there is the Balvados reset for the client order for the 250. Go ahead and pick that up if you haven't, before PS2 day is done and then it gets reset. Melancholy says, I wonder what feature it is today. The featured limited quest is World Engulfed in Shadow, so if you're new to the Japanese PS2 and you want a huge power level buff, do that, because that has a 400% XP boost on that particular quest. And then if you have your own boosters as well, guess what? You can get a bit higher. You might be able to get a lot more levels than my sorry butt over here, but once again, I'm trying to get to 100. But yeah, how are you doing, Melancholy? Yeah, so if you got a character that's like level 1, you could most likely get to like level 75, 85, even... Well, level 75 for sure. When it comes to 80, 85, that might be a possibility as well. Just, you know, spam it a bunch. And use all the boosters you can get. The only thing is, with that certain feature quest, you just need to keep up with the MPA run. Because if you're not there and they kill the boss and then they move on, you're missing out on the XP gain. It feels like we almost never got engulfed on PSO2, so it's nice. Oh, okay, so yeah, engulfed on PSO2 there. Sometimes it happens, it's like random. But, once again, this is just convenient, because it is paired up together, along with that 200% going on from the SAO. My mother... No, that's not what I want to stare at. My experience gain. You gotta be shitting me. I almost got to a level 100, but now I gotta pop some keys. Or tickets. This is why I hoard these tickets over here. I'm gonna have to use these to actually get 200 to level 100. Let's go. No, god damn it. Did I do my math wrong? Where are you? I need 3 of these things. Alright, fine. I'll use 3 of them. Gimme. 100. Now this character is at level 100 for the Phantom, and they already got level 100 for the Tekker. The next class I'm gonna go on to would be someone that does Luster, Gunner, and Summoner. Let me put all that stuff away and let me make sure. Now I could also do these daily missions, but I'll do them off screen. This is pretty much a power level session here. Kun says, I hope Sega goes back and work on the less lackluster feature quests Some could be easily fun, but the XP and mob count is just poor. I have no... I'm just confused why Global didn't release limited quests every now and then. It would have spiced things up. And when it comes to like power leveling, don't get me wrong. Bonus keys are going to be your go-to. And then some of those feature quests are going to be your go-to. I just want a mix though in terms of leveling. Because if you have a limited quest, especially if it has a lot of relevant stuff during that certain period, you can get a lot more from it. Like yes, you might not get a lot of experience, but you can get augments and drops and stuff that can help you out. Like how they did the episode 5 stuff. But they released a limited quest episode 5 and 4 during that transition. And then that was it. You guys don't have limited quests right in the middle of that, of like episode 5 or episode 4. Which sucks because there's a lot of limited quests that Japanese PSO2 went through. And it was sometimes in these different moments of that certain episode. So I can point to like several limited quests that happened like during episode 2, and I gained a lot of money from it. Kun says congrats on level 100. That's just for one of my characters for at least one of the classes. Now, for this one, this character has 3 classes. I'm gonna have to level up their gunner, I'm gonna have to level up their summoner, and then I'm gonna level up their luster. Summoner is not going to be as bad. I'm going to be very lazy with this. Just an FYI. So I'm going to use Go keys to get through this Summoner lovely session. At the very least, Summoner is just like auto-click. Melancholy says, you can exchange for 100k experience if I remember correctly. Man, I'm typing a bit too much. It's all good, Melancholy. Yeah, you can, but I don't like spending resources. I'll use whatever I get. I do need to get some Meseta though. I got that. What am I doing? I'm running around circles trying to figure out what to do. I think I'm missing a unit piece. Yes, I am. So I need to get my leg piece. Then I would also need to sell some stuff. And by sell some stuff, just get some easy myth setup by selling some grinders that I've been stockpiling. Easy 400,000 right there. Alright, so this character is going to need to pop a bunch of boosters as well. I do have a lot of them. Most likely we're not going to get an additional level cap anytime soon. So once I get these characters to 100, I should be just chilling. And I don't need to worry about doing as many of these runs ever again. Kun says, get summoned to 100. I'm never doing that. Getting to 75 was hell already. I just use the dog and just let him do the work. And I'm only doing this for the title awards especially. Well, and also the fact that, once again, compared to some other people, like, I do try to spoil almost all my characters. There's only a few of them that I haven't really spoiled, but it's because I still need to work on their designs and figure out how I want to make their certain appearance and stuff. Alright, let me get rid of this. I would say this one may take me 3 to 5 go keys to get to 100. So yeah, currently right now, only got 2 classes to level 100. I still have to go through 14 more. I do have some rainbow keys, but I need to figure out which class is going to use that rainbow key. What class that might struggle with, what is it, AoE attacks. I might need to do that on my fighter. Next character might be Shadow. Since Shadow has... Trying to remember what Shadow has. He has Hunter, Étoile, and Fighter. The question is, do I want to level up the Étoile on his account or just do it on a different one? I might do it on a different one. If I do have enough go keys, I might backtrack and actually work on his Étoile. Actually, no, I might actually get it to 100 because I am planning to get back into like fighter gameplay and get his Étoile to 100. Fuck. There's so many characters that I have that I'm trying to show love to, but it's like, oh great, I gotta get through all these damn tedious leveling up stuff. I want a limited quest. Sega, please release a limited quest. They are gonna release the new seasonal winter Christmas emergency quests next maintenance over here. I think that's gonna kick it. Wait, what today's? Monday? Today's Monday. Tomorrow's Tuesday. So after the Japanese PSO2 maintenance, we will get a new seasonal emergency quest. I don't know what it will give, but most likely it's going to give a good bunch of items in terms of grind caps maybe. It might give fodder materials you need for grinding stuff out, and it might be able to give out glares, but I'm not 100% sure on that. It might also give out like fragments as well. Why did it pick that up? That was not at a high rarity. Now I'm just gonna feed this. And then because I have 3 characters, 2 that I spoil and 1 that do off and on, I'll make a 4th for when Luster comes. Yeah, like, depending on how you yourself want to play the game and if you can micromanage all these characters, you may not want to go for all 20 or even 30. I am okay with whatever number I'm stuck on. Like, the only reason why I add more characters to my roster is because I have a certain idea and none of my characters can actually fit that sort of idea, then I make them. Like, 2 of these characters I made, well, a couple of the characters I made were like literally for cosplay. And I haven't changed their looks because they have a certain look. It's for a cosplay of a character from like an anime or in a video game. And then there's some that I make on a whim, like when the release of Luster came out, I just made a character for that. Okay, I drank that. I got a key on me. Let's start this up again. Did I trade in my stuff? I think so. God damn it, don't drop on me. But yeah, I have like 22 characters and I struggle through them. If I wanted to just play with the market and try to get a lot of Meseta gain, 1 character or like at least 3 characters would be the max. If I was playing on, if I had the attention span and the power and energy and free time, and I was playing on global as well, I would just stick with the 3 free characters. I might be able to abuse a couple little things here and there with the 2 character slots, but in all honesty, I wouldn't have as many characters over there in global. The only perk that you get when it comes to you getting multiple characters and using those multiple characters in terms of money sense is, well, there's a couple benefits, but a lot of people capitalize on like, oh yeah, you want a lot of characters so you can get the arcs, missions and stuff. I would say there's a lot more to it, especially if you do maximize the usage of all your characters. The big one that I can easily point to is character storage. Because if you plan to go into affixing and augmenting, here's the thing. You're going to need to get a bunch of stuff. And then, obviously, you will have to gamble with certain things, and then you gotta manipulate certain things. The reason why almost all of my storages are full, especially like the premium ones where it's only for a limited day, or that other extra account stuff, all of them are filled up with weapon fodder and unit fodder because I don't want to spend as much on the market. I would farm for these, and then guess what? If I really want to, I can manipulate these certain pieces and then sell it myself. And if I know how to affix augment properly, I can just do it at a low cost and then sell high. Buy low, sell high, pretty much like marketing sense. Not only that, like if I have multiple characters, then I would also capitalize on other things like Yerk's client orders. They are a weekly thing, but when it comes to mining and fishing, guess what? I have a lot of characters. If I need to get all these resources, I'm going to use a lot of these characters to try to get those resources. And just continue to do that. It's just that, once again, it depends on if you have that energy and patience to do such a thing. Especially if you got like 20 characters, 30 characters. Try to mine and fish with all 20 or 30 of them. And then also you got something like this daily mission. Daily mission could give you keys. And if you have a lot of characters, you can capitalize on this every day. So if you got 20 characters, you get one of these every day. There's 7 days. You get 140 silver keys. Divide that by 5. Can't do it off the top of my head, but then you can also get all these like gold keys as well. It's just that if you get to have a lot of characters, you might as well try to capitalize on all the things that you can abuse. What am I doing here? I think I have a key. So why the fuck am I staring at this? I have no clue. I was trying to make a video talking about that anyways, like the things that you can do with your characters. The only thing that I also don't like about... Well, Global doesn't have a PSO2 ES, and the other thing about PSO2 ES is that they do have another storage that you get for free. It's only 100, but guess what? That's 100 another free space that every one of your characters can access to if they're on the same ship. George says, I'm going to try and level Luster to 100 today. Good luck on that. It shouldn't be as bad. I wasn't even counting the keys that I've been burning. If you are planning to use rainbow keys and you have left around like 450 as an XP gain, especially with the PSO2 boost, rainbow keys, it would take rough around 3 of them to get to at least 98 or 99, and then you might end up using a gold key. Hey there, Zio, how you doing? Oh wait, hey there, you. Fuck me. I was not paying attention. I was like, where's the other doll? Popped out of nowhere. Yeah, I wish they kind of improved on these keys now. 1, they're stuck at 80. 2, gold key does not give you a bunch of goodies. They're giving you a lot of old school goodies. I really don't need this. I could sell this for a bit of a setup. Doing okay, thanks. You? I'm doing fine, but I'm going through an annoying power leveling session. But hey, look, you gotta do what you gotta do if you want to get those rewards from those titles and also just get your characters to 100. So we're gonna do this again. Get it, take a drink. Yeah, it's gonna eat up a lot of gold keys. It's gonna eat up a lot of gold keys, even though I got like so many boosters on me. Yep, it's taking so goddamn long. And this is only for one class too. So at the very least, I might be able to get to 3/4 of the way to 98. Once I kill a couple mobs, let's see, is it mobs? No, once I kill that Tagame, it's gonna boost me to 97, and then there's gonna be some experience leaking over. And then once I get to 2 Tagames, it might be 75% filled up to 98. Yes, yes it is, PSO2 day. Yeah, because NGS is coming around the corner, I realize there's a lot more PSO2 content creators now. How do you like the NGS stuff? Well, I only saw the new trailer, like the updated trailer for it. I did not actually dive too deep into what is going to happen. I didn't see the actual in-game gameplay, just because I want to be blind. I want to try to get into the game and show you guys my general reaction without having to be spoiled as much. If you guys want to view it, that's fine. If you want to talk about it as well, that is fine. It's just that if you get to ask me about it, I will say, I don't know. I've been hearing a lot of stuff though. It's kind of hard to not look at bump. Well, it's hard to not look at stuff when all of it is popping up on my feed. And then there's bump too with like some of the translated stuff, and it's like, oh shit, I got skimmed through all that crap quickly. Hey then, you know, how you doing? But yeah, that's the thing. If I really like a video game, like PSO2 is in one of those sections. Like if I really like a certain video games, it doesn't matter if it's an MMORPG game or if it's a gacha or something. If it's a video game and I really like it, I am not going to look up guides whatsoever for it. The 2 gacha games that I play, Honkai Impact 3 and Genshin, those I am purposely avoiding any sort of videos because, once again, I just want to get lost in it and I want to learn it through my own means. PSO2 was the same thing because when I first joined this game, there weren't a bunch of guides about it. The only guide that I watched was how to get PSO2 with the translations. But in terms of learning, I learned all of this from other people in-game and then just like teaching myself certain things. Like when it comes to augmenting and fixing, guess what? That I personally self-taught myself in. There's a lot of talk that I did with other people, but that's just a learning curve, and everything I did was in-game. I didn't look up guides on like what to do and how to defeat bosses and stuff. But that's how I grow. You guys don't need to follow the same thing, but for me, I do want to be blind about certain games, and I don't want to spoil myself as much if I genuinely like the game. PSO2 is one of those games where I didn't look up a bunch of guides, and guess what? For NGS, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna most likely avoid watching guides and, you know, interact with people in-game, or maybe through the stream, and they might teach me a bit of stuff. But I don't want to be that know-it-all. I don't want to be... I wouldn't say I'm a know-it-all, but it's just that I want to learn stuff naturally. I don't like it if I need to go out of my way to watch a video. Reminds me of that one anime where that guy wants to have like genuine friendship relationship. It's like comedy romance something. Like some of my pals joke around about that, like, oh yeah, Morph, you're being, I don't know, something with all that. And I'm like, it's how I want to play stuff. Because all of the games that I really like, I don't look up guides. And not to diss on anyone who is looking up guides, I understand if they have to look up guides. I mean, I made stuff for you guys, especially in terms of knowing how to augment and fix and learn about certain little snippets that are to come. It's to help you guys not make some of the big mistakes. And this is optional. You don't have to watch the videos. If you want to leave out, then leave out. If you don't want to take my opinion, then, you know, do what you want to do. You guys ultimately have the power to choose what you want to do and play how you want to play. But I learned that once again, when it comes to spoiling yourself, it just takes the fun out of it. The natural fun that can come along with it. And do I want to spoil that? I don't know. Depends on the game, because there are some games where I will look up guides. What is it? Like for Arc Knights, I know that I looked up guides in terms of how to complete certain contingencies. There's some MMORPG games that I played to figure out, like, is this a class for me or should I go for this class? But PSO2, this isn't the game that I looked up a bunch of guides for. Honkai Impact 3, Genshin, those are mobile games, but they're pretty action-packed. I did not look up guides for those. I know I should, technically, so I can get the most out of it, but at the same time, I'm playing the game how I want to play it. Dark Souls is another game that I didn't even look up a bunch of guides for, because Dark Souls was an adventure in itself. I liked discovering all these unknown paths. I like looking at the lore for it. The only thing that I did stupidly is just power level myself and did stupid challenges. That wasn't smart of me. What sort of challenges? I would do a challenge where I would be on like New Game Plus, and then I would try not to die, which is hard. Actually, Dark Souls 2 is the big one, because for Dark Souls 2, there's 2 rings that can allow your weapons to be invisible. But the challenge is you have to not stop at a bonfire. Well, you can light it up, but once you light it up, that's it. You can't sit at that bonfire. So, throughout one of your gameplays, you cannot sit at that bonfire. The second challenge to get the invisible ring is to not die. That one was hard, especially if you were playing on New Game Plus. And I was doing them on New Game Plus. The bonfire one was ridiculously hard since I was on New Game Plus. So yeah, that's the thing about me. Sometimes I don't look up stuff for certain games. The only exception would be like if there's a favorite game that I like and I'm using a certain mod and I don't know how the mod works, then I would need a proper guide on it. Or if I did something screwy and fucked up like a game because I put in the mods all wrong, then I will look up a guide for it. But if I do look up a guide for a game, that means it's like mediocre for me and I'm not actually that interested in it. Once again, PSO2 is one of those games where I didn't look up a bunch of guides and I decided to make my own guides. And everything that I'm teaching through my videos, I learned through people in-game or I taught it myself. Hey there crew, how you doing? And I'm gonna carry that over to NGS because I do want to get that sort of familiarity again. Everything is just easy now. And I can easily say like this, and this about certain functions and features, and like how I can easily point out global PSO2 and point out the differences. But with NGS, it's just going to be brand new, and I'm going to be just wowed at the fact that everything is new. Or there's going to be some similarities because they did showcase like some of the classes that we have over here, but with different combat animations. I'm just gonna be wowed by it all. I want new stuff. Now, my initial reaction way back then when I was like reluctant about talking about NGS, that is gone now. Because with what NGS is offering and then the fact that we already hit endgame and it's already been a couple months since Japan hits endgame, I don't mind starting all over. Well, we're not starting all over in a sense because we are carrying out fashion stuff. That is the plus side. And we're carrying out characters as well, so we're not starting all over. And most likely if they did do that, that would actually hurt Sega more than help, because a lot of people would be fucking pissed. Well, the Japanese side, especially since it's 8 years old. 8 years old. What would happen if you have like an account that you spend so much money on, and they were like, oh yeah, we can reset everything. And you have like billions, maybe even trillions worth of items on your account, and you just hear them say, yeah, NGS is just gonna be a new start over, you can't bring over your account from PSO2, have a good day. That would actually piss the living shit out of me. I'm glad that they kind of address that, but obviously they're gonna spoil the players and make sure that they can milk even more money out of us. And I'm fine with that, because PSO2 is one of those anime MMORPG games I'm okay with. Crew says, fine so far. Armada is popping up in global. Are you streaming for a bit? I am streaming for a bit. I might need to eat lunch rough around 45-ish minutes from now. But I will most likely stream again in the afternoon and just do a bunch of power leveling stuff. So let me... Oh wait, hey look, it is Armada. Huh. Now, I should farm for it, but I did learn a little snippet that I will have to release. Well, I had to edit the video and then I'll release it in a bit. But I don't need to get Angie and Dominius Glare anymore. I'll show you guys the little well, I wouldn't call it an exploit. It's more of something you can abuse because 13 stars have SAF. And I'll just give you guys a hint. So over there in Global, if you do get the 12-star variant of this unit piece, hold on to it. If you're able to get the 13-star of this to drop, keep it. Because this thing has a built-in SAF Eva Angie Glare. And if you really want to make Glare Catalyst and Absolute Glare, then go for Guardian Soul later. That will help you in terms of getting a bunch of Angies. Crew's like, "Okay, gotta get the Angie Glaze. Enjoy your lunch and see you later." It's all good. So, got a question for you guys. Which episode did you like the most? Since I'm playing on the Japanese side and some of you guys are playing on Japanese PS2 as well. Which episode do you like the most? And if you're playing on Global, at the very least I can ask that same question, but with whatever you guys you got so far. Nino says, do PSO2 give people stuff on Christmas Day? I don't remember. I think this will be the first... No. Can I say it's the first time? No, I did play PSO2 on Christmas during the previous episodes. I don't remember if they do that. Yeah, so in terms of the actual story, which episode did you guys like? Like episode 1, episode 2, 3? Or do you like multiple episodes? And if you're playing on Global, obviously you don't have a bunch of 6 content yet. But what episode did you like the most still? With whatever you went through. Or maybe, my question is, did you actually go through the story? Because I feel like I'm the one idiot that didn't do the story. But yeah, I don't know if they're gonna give out free Christmas stuff. It would be nice if they do that. I know a good chunk of my gacha games will most likely give out stuff during Christmas. I do need to check up on these gachas and just get the free stuff that they give out. I think Fate is gonna have like an event at the beginning of the new year though. Nino says, I like episode 4. It's very anime. Really like Hisugi and the gang. I heard like a lot of mixed thoughts and opinions about episode 4. Like even I say it's like kind of a joke, but then again, it might actually be decent, so. The only thing I didn't like was the animation one. Yeah. I feel like they could have done better if they did stick to the episode 4 section of it instead of doing whatever they did for the animation part. Yeah, I still remember it clearly too. It was, oof. I like episode 3 since it was a nice warm-up to the events in the past 2 episodes. Yeah, I heard like when episode 3 was out, especially when I was like around during that time, a lot of people liked what was going on in episode 3. And then it changed drastically when episode 4 came out. But then again, once again, I really can't say as much, I just heard stuff. So until I personally play it, I can't really give you guys an honest opinion. Let me do these rappy keys. The only thing I regret is like not playing these damn these damn episodes during that certain time period. I should have done it, but at the same time I was stubborn about it and I was like, I want to record this stuff. Here I am now where it's like, oh great, yeah, I can record it now, but now I miss out on the good stuff. Episode 4, Jump to the Shark. Oh wait, I do need to look at something. I did mention it at the beginning of the stream, but I forgot about it. So there's that certain scratch that I may want to take advantage of in terms of the star gems. Where are you? It should be this one. Yeah, I should do this one. But the thing is, to get some of the star gems that I need to get the frequent bonus over here, I do want these performances. I will need to get a lot of star gems. If I do my quick math, what is it? 300 times 80? Or 30 times 80? Yeah, 30 times 80 is like 2,400 star gems I need to get. And the best way for me to milk star gems is 1, do stuff that gives star gems, like story mode, and get the titles that give me a lot of star gems. I do need to do endless. I don't know when I'm going to do it, but hopefully it's before the 19th rolls around. And then I would need to do a couple recordings for story content. The problem is I'm actually taking my sweet time and reading those episodes. So it's going to be a pain. And it's going to eat up a lot of my memory space, which I don't have a lot of. Sure, yeah. So many things that I need to do. So little time. Yeah, this thing gives a good chunk of experience to the rapping ones. The only problem I have is like the stuff that I get at the end. Now, I could ignore all these goodies, but there's a chance that there might be an embrace. I do need to pick up the eggs. I said I would pick up the eggs, but then I got the full store inventory. I do need to feed my pets, so I'm gonna pick everything that's not untech and then look at it and see if it got embrace. Alright, which pet do I need to feed? Which is not at max stats? Oh wait, this doesn't actually do that. Well, this does feed it, so... I just wish that the summoner pets were a bit cool looking and they were bigger. I was thinking of a giant golem or something compared to like Pokemon. Well, do I want to refer to Pokemon? I wasn't thinking of small little animals. Now I think I'll give some props for like some of the miniature and the pets that are cool, like the dragon one and like Vulcan and even Glass, but the other ones are like it would be cool if they were a bit bigger, like medium size. It'll be funny to have like a pet that's like bigger than this character. So drink another 200k. So yeah, right now my count for classes at 100 is pretty much Phantom and Tekker. Trying to get summoned to 100, then I had to go on Gunner. Then I will need to do this character's Luster. And then I'll swap to another character that might have a class that I do not have at 100 yet. And then just work on all their classes that they might have. Next one will be most likely Shadow, where I level up his Fighter, his Hunter, and then the Etoile class. The next one after that would be... I need someone that's at 95 for Hero. I got several of those characters, so I just need to choose one of them. Then I do need to work on Ranger. I just remembered. That's... Oh, wait, shit. Ranger might be the one that I'm gonna have to do some work with. And then there's Force. I do have a particular character for Force, but then I might want to level up their... Yeah. Doing a lot of calculations in my head. I need a shit ton of keys. Alright, so I think one gold key might be able to push me to 100. After I collect all this stuff. And of course my inventory is full because of all these things. If I can collect all this stuff. No. Let me put that away. Let me put this key away. I'll use it on a different character. Put that in Preem storage for now. Then gonna go over here and sell the items and then see if any one of these got Emperor Embrace. And then what I might need to do is actually feed these Emperor Embrace into something so I just don't have them in my storage. Emperor Embrace check, Emperor Embrace check, check, get rid of, check, 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 get rid of, get rid of, yeah, keep, get rid of, keep, get rid of, get rid of, get rid of, get rid of, keep, rid of, rid of, rid of. And then I got some eggs, so that means I had to go over here, stare out whatever pet that needs to get a level in them. This one needs it. I do need to actually feed these pets. I have a lot of eggs in this character storage. Alright, so let's check this one. Let's see if there's a gold key here. There's a rainbow key here. I will have to burn that. Alright, turning in these silvers for a gold key. It's down here. Would be nice to have a Psycho badge. Right now, over here in the Japanese PSO2, Armada is running. If you need to farm it so you can get certain glares and units, go ahead and do that. There is a boost week as well, because it's PSO2 day. Gotta take a drink. And then hopefully I can get to 100. And then swap out. And then work on this character's gunner class. And I don't have a key. I thought I had a key. Where's my key? Wait, what is this one? Is this Magatsu? No, it's the rapping one. Oops. Shit, which? Fuck. So the question is, I do have several rainbow keys. I just need to figure out if I want to do it on the Ranger or on the Fighter. I can agree on wanting a pet bigger than my character. Yeah, I was hoping for that. When they were talking about like a summoner class, I was thinking about like several other summoners from different MMORPG games where they can summon giant golems and like terrifying and cool looking medium-sized large beasts. But then when they released it, it was like, these are like Pokemons. like, it's cool, but at the same time, I was hoping for something cooler. I don't know, I wouldn't mind have like a Dark Fowls being or something. I don't know. It's just that I was like kind of put off by that. I was like, are you kidding me? This is small. This is why I actually made this particular character. It was for Summoner. This is technically a midget. And this was a joke character for Summoner. At the same time, I was using this to go through a lot of my time attacks and extreme quests because I wanted to be as lazy as possible and not be aware of what I was doing. So, yeah. Man, though. I know that Summoner can do a good chunk of work and damage, it's just that I wanted bigger monsters, bigger pet summons, whatever you call it. It would be cool if we could actually get like a darker pet or something of that nature, of maybe bigger size. But no, we got these small ones. I might as well pick up these eggs as well. And it doesn't sit well that I have to feed other pets into these other ones. Or at least the egg form into another pet. It's like, here, eat your fellow mates. Your fellow Ibos. Wait, I just used a go key, right? I didn't level up, didn't I? What level am I? What the fuck? Okay, so... What is this? 4 million? I think Rappy might be able to get me to 100. Man, I really want big boost. Big boost equals like, I can get through this easy, but nope. But I'm not gonna complain about that, like, 100% going on. Well, I'll bitch about it a tiny bit, but it's like, suck it up. Use whatever I got. Might as well use the keys too, because I don't think there'll be a boost week until maybe next year, maybe. Yeah, I can't pick up this gold one, I mean this other rainbow and some of these gold ones as well. It's gonna be later though. Rapid key, need to drink 20k. So, I guess I can ask this as well. I don't know if I asked this before. I know that I asked some of you guys what's your favorite class, but my question now is, what is your least favorite class? Since I brought that up. Well, I think I did, but I just don't remember who I asked specifically. This is like Halloween theme. Summoner. Neil's like, ah, yeah, the thing you're playing right now, yeah, Summoner, no. I don't fault you guys with that. Summoner is a mistake. Once again, if it was a bit bigger creatures and stuff, I might be okay with it. And maybe if you could do a bit more with Summoner, other than just twirl your wand, I might be okay with it, because I played a couple of classes in other MMORPG where you do play a Summoner, but they can do a bit more than just like tell your pet to just attack. Like, they will attack. However, the master is able to at least shoot magic as well, while you give them the command to go and beat the shit out of something. Hey there, Merida. Merida says, oh wait, no, I know who Merida is. You're Reaver, right? Zio's like, least favorite? That's a tough one. Summoner, then probably Tekker. Tekker has that, well, I don't play it as well, but from what I've understood with Tekker, it technically buffs a good chunk. But why do you not like it, Zio? Manam says, I feel like a summoner was an experiment on a different way of growing weapons, but feels out of place in game. I can agree to that in terms of it being out of place, especially with how you play it, because unlike a lot of the other classes where they do focus on just attacks, Summoner is that one exception, and then not only that, it just has a different way of just playing with it, because you would need to actually spoil the pets itself and the candies than doing, you know, the basic stuff like grinding and affixing. So I can get why some people may not be a big fan of that. A big fan of Summoner in that aspect. It is my least played class, but I'm okay with it just because I can be lazy with it to an extent. Now, if I do need to be serious with it and try to do a bunch of damage, I do need to figure out what I need to do. But in terms of, like, actual enjoyment out of it, not really. Because I just, you know, left click, right click. And then maybe hit the, like, dodge button every now and then. Like most of the successor classes, I could say I get a good chunk of enjoyment out of. A 12 would be the least favorite of mine, but it's just because of the application of this class and how OP it is. Now, the other three successor classes, they have their own merits as well. I do have a new opinion about Luster now, especially since one of you guys taught me how to play it and showed me a bit more with it. So I have a new respect for Luster. It is easy, but at the same time, if you really want to get a ton of damage in a few seconds, you do need to understand combos. Phantom is kind of in the middle of, like, not too easy, but not too hard. Because it is technically the glass cannon. You are squishy if you're playing both Phantom, Rifle, Rod. I don't know about doing the katana as the main, but it's pretty much that glass cannon where you do need to know how to do some things or else you're gonna get punished for it. Luster and Hero, there's work, there's effort behind it. Because, especially for Hero, you do need to understand how to dodge and stuff. You do need to put some effort into it to get the most out of it. And this, once again, the same can be said with Luster. Etoile, though, it's just... Don't take an offense to this, but it's just like brain dead easy. And then, even if you don't main Etoile, guess what? You can use Etoile as a sub. Now, this is just me just saying that it's kind of that easy go-to class. And that just an overall good thing, but in my opinion, I don't like it if something is way too good and it outshadows the other things. Nino says, I consider Summoner as the zeroth successor class. And Reb is like, how to Summoner, Marin to... Yeah, that's the main pet. Okay, since I'm bringing up like all these specific classes, in terms of the first three, I would say all of them have their merits. It's just that the one that I played the least of is Ranger. Why? Because I still have Ranger trauma and stuff that I've seen in the past. Because there's stuff that you do need to know as a Ranger, especially if you're an MPA. You don't want to override stuff. You may want to try to figure out if you should do a weak bullet and whatnot. You do want to know some weak points. You want to know some basic stuff. But back then in episode 2 and 3, it was very strict because a lot of people would point at you and be like, hey, look, you gotta know what you're doing as a ranger or else you're gonna get chewed out. The big one was like Magatsu. People got chewed out for that. So I was scared of trying to play with Ranger. I still have a bit of a reluctance to try Ranger. Nero says, yeah, 30% damage reduction is too much. Yeah, it's like, once again, don't get me wrong, overall, a 12 is good. But it's just too good that it's like, oh look, there's something that can give you damage reduction a lot. And if you go Hunter like a 12, you are super goddamn tanky. Especially if you add more stats to it to emphasize on this tankiness, it's gonna be ridiculous. Rifle Phantom, easiest class, long range, and ridiculous iframes. Yeah, that's why I say it's kind of in the middle though, because once you learn it, there are still some hiccups that might happen. And even if you're able to evade most of these attacks, if you get one shot, that's just it, you just get one shot. As I play Phantom Rifle, there's moments where I would almost die. Because if I don't time it right, I'm kind of fucked. But that, once again, takes a bit of input. But in all honesty, I would say, I think in terms of learning for Phantom weapons in general, I would say Rifle's the easiest, Rod is kind of in the middle, and then the Katana takes a bit of learning. I find that one the hardest one to just understand its iframes and the dodge mechanics and timing certain things with the Katana. And I do have to pay attention to the screen and try to figure out certain things that's going on. And what am I doing here? I'm trying to... what is it? Oh god, how do I pronounce your name? Slin? Slin says, went from fighter to a 12 makes my life easier. Yeah. Like, don't take offense if I just say like a 12 is too easy and stuff. It's just my personal opinion. And if you want to play a 12, go ahead and do so. Like, when it comes to some people trying to get through the expert requirement, like, if you really need help or need a way to get through it, go on a 12. That cheeses through that expert requirement on the Japanese PSO2. I'm still mad at the fucking expert requirement because I did try to do it Braver Hunter with Katana only. The main issue with me trying to beat that trigger was the fact that dudes always ran away from me. Oh, hey there, Zio. You're right behind me. Alright, let me just accept it. Oh yeah, if you guys do want to add me into Japanese PSO2, I am on ship 2. You can just let me know through the... Wait, don't I know this person? Don't I know this person? No, that's their character name, that's their account name. Account name is on the top. Character name is the bottom. Okay, I'm thinking. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck I was trying to do. I can't remember crap. Oh wait, no, now I need to go on the Gunner. Gunner is a huge work in progress for me. It has a lot of things I still need to understand and learn. Paolo says, hey there Paolo, by the way. Paolo says, I like Phantom Rifle, feels like I'm dancing around, and the damage is great. I didn't think it was that great, but once I tried Masquerade with it, it went down in 50 seconds. To me, that's a great time. Like, yeah, even though I might say some harsh things about a certain class, I try not to just because, once again, there's some skill involved in some of these things and knowledge. Well, other than maybe Summoner. No, not to disown any Summoner, but yeah, so Summoner, once again, it's only left click, right click, and knowing how to put certain things properly, get the pet to this certain stat, and then most likely you might just use Maroon to just tank everything. But everything else, I feel like you do need to put some effort and thought into it. Although I don't understand Tekker as much. Tekker is still that one class where I'm like, okay. Now I'm getting lost in conversation. Let me try to... I might need to use this Magatsu Gold. Let me get rid of these keys. Nero says, a 12 moveset with weapons are really good. The damage reduction needs adjustments. I don't mind the weapon moveset. I don't mind the animations for a 12. But yeah, that damage reduction is kind of the big deal. And that's why, like, when people will suggest a certain subclass, they might recommend a 12. Just because it got that damage reduction. It got, like, multipliers to increase your damages. It's just good overall. And that overshadows some of the classes like Fighter and Hunter. Now, does that make Fighter and Hunter obsolete? No, you can pair those up with a 12 as well. Because if you go Fighter, a 12, that's good. That boosts up your damage and that gives you some protection. If you go Hunter, a 12, that's a lot of tankiness right there. Paulo says the music is muscle memory based on... The game is muscle memory based. After enough time, you dodge and use stuff without thinking about it. Yeah, that's how I feel with Phantom Rifle right now. I'm very comfortable with Phantom Rifle. That's why that's my go-to class. It may not do the large amount of damage, but I can do this, like, naturally. Alright, right now I'm kind of doing some basic inventory management so I can make sure that I don't get a huge inventory. I do want to keep that. I do want to keep the crack. Do I want to keep this? Nope. Do I want to keep this? Nope. Do I want to keep... Yeah, keep that, and don't do that. Alright, so I got a gold key. I got a 10%. I don't need this 10%. Get out of here. I wish you can exchange all those 10% boosters for like a 30%. I have too many of them. So there's a 14%, a 14 star that I don't need. I do want to keep that, maybe. Don't need that. That looks like a... I never got that weapon. Wait, no. Did I? Gonna put this in my character storage for now. I'll organize this at some other time. Yeah, that's why I said, like, if you're worried about your augments and the fixes, don't worry about it, especially if you're still new to the game and you're still learning. Focus on experience. Focus on getting that knowledge of your class. Find a class that you like, and then go further into research or try to find some teacher or someone in-game that can help you branch out to whatever specific playstyle you want. So if I was playing Phantom, for example, I like the class in general. Now I need to specialize in a certain weapon, or maybe I want to use all weapons. Once I figure out a plan, then get used to the gameplay. Get used to your class. Understand what you can do, what you can't do, the limitations, some scenarios that might kick in, and how you would tackle those. Oh, hey there, droid. How you doing? Alright, I gotcha. What else am I doing? Oh yeah, I was feeding pets. I was feeding this one? I think so. No, it was not that one. It was this one? And then... I have a gold key, but I need more keys. I have 4 of these. I have a gold Magatsu. I might do the Magatsu run. I do not like running gold Magatsu, but I do want those star gems. So, got a Rappy one as well. I'll start we shall go in reverse order. Rappy, Magatsu, then Tokyo. Do you play hero? That is the one class that I kind of know about, but I haven't really dived too deep into it. That one will require me to understand its what dodge mechanics and understand how to capitalize on certain things. I need practice with it pretty much. Like I can do the basic stuff with it with swords and TMGs, but to emphasize on that damage output, I need practice on it. The ones that actually require a good chunk of like inputs, Gunner, Fighter, Hero, Luster. Those classes I would need to work on, definitely. Let me just use that AIS for old time's sake. I got a feeling that my weapons could technically do a lot of damage. Yeah, my weapons would do a lot more damage against these mobs. It's just that when I fight against the Go Magatsu, it's hard for me to actually shoot at the damn thing with my my actual weapons. Man, this reminds me of the old days when AIS were just like, wow, overall. But then you see them being used a lot in episode 6 and it's like, oh great, never mind. I still remember the time when they first introduced this in Mining Defense 3 and everyone was like, holy shit. Liquid Snack says, it's PSO2 day. For the Japanese PSO2, if you're playing on global, it is not PSO2 day. That will actually be tomorrow for you guys. But for Japanese PSO2, it is PSO2 day. If you are, once again, new to the Japanese PSO2, and let's say you're at a low level, they do have the feature quest limited quest, Engulfed in Shadows. You would want to capitalize on that if you have, like, low level classes, or if you are really, if you plan to sign up maybe today after watching this stream, then you might want to capitalize on that because it has a 500% experience boost going on. You can stack like your own boosters on top of that, so it could be at like 700 if you went like 100% experience gain boost and then do another extra experience gain boost or a tri boost of some sort. Oh hey there, Rob. Oh wait, I cannot pronounce your your English name. Urab? I think it's Urab. But yeah, Urab is oldie. He's one of the oldies that I remember from way back then. And remembering this damn thing, I actually use a laser around this stage and then get into a new AIS. Yeah, this guy, I remember him back in the episode 3 days. He was in the team that I was in back then too. I don't remember if you were in like B6 though. You were with whatever block that we were in though. Goddamn Magatsu. Fucking Magatsu. Yeah, Sai. Magatsu Sai. Uraba. Uraba. Okay, it's pronounced like that. I'll try to remember that. Uraba. And before I pronounce it wrong still, but... English is hard. Pronouncing shit is hard. Man, I seriously hate Go Magatsu. This Magatsu is the one that I cannot instant kill. Because I have to actually break its parts so I can get to its core. Okay, now I got to its core. Question is... Okay, oh god, no, I die. At the very least, you got 99 tries. Well, it should be 97 now? Yeah, 97 times to use an AIS. I forgot everything along with the B6, B7 in the second Anga days. 2C... Wait, what do you mean 2CH Anga days? You mean like when they locked parties for Anga? Man, that was something, but there was like a system in place for that. Oh fuck. I'm a dumbass. Why did it get out of my cover? Yeah, it's hard for Global to get a lot of Stargens, especially since they do not have PSO2 ES, and then they don't have Idola, because those are alternative ways to get more Stargens on top of the things that you need to do. But something like Buster Quest, where you can get a good chunk of Stargens from it, that's gonna die out because guess what? Are people gonna spam Buster to get those Buster medals? MJ says, I rarely ever enjoy Magatsuki. Silver 1 isn't as bad. I don't mind Silver because you can insta-kill it upon its arrival with an AIS. Gold 1, it takes a bit of time because there's that barrier and you can't just aim at its core and insta-kill it. You have to open that core up and then you can try to kill it. It was fun. I mean, it still reminds me a bit of the past to doing it every now and then. Alright, so Rappy Key next. Yeah, I was hoping that this... Oh wait, this is the only key I did not do a review or a video for. Kazuchi. This one's the hardest one for me to obtain. It's like Ultra RNG base. What is it? We had to go to this... No, not that one. We gotta go to this Rappy one. Masquerade... Magatsu Ultimate Quest is fun. Are you talking about the space one? My mag gold expired, crying face. Oh. Yeah, try to keep tabs on the gold ones. Even the silver ones can give you a good chunk of, or at least a little bit of star gems. So use those Magatsu keys. I wouldn't really trade in a Magatsu key, the silver Magatsu key for a gold Tokyo, just because star gems are important, especially if you want to try to get certain cosmetics. And note that for global, you guys will get the stuff for the new characters that you see from episode 6, Shiva, Metra, and Varuna. You would want to start hoarding your star gems for that scratch. They have good costumes, and they have obviously stuff you might need if you want to do a cosplay for Varuna, Metra, and or Shiva. I just made a Shiva cosplay because I had all the pieces and I was like, what am I gonna do with it? But then some of my pals are like, you simped. I was like, oh, whatever. And I realized my team boost is dead. Shit. And this is gonna expire in a minute, so I need to go through this quickly. Uraba says, wait, Magatsu, he's SG? Wait, what? Oh wait, shit, I'm playing Gunner. Magatsu Silver 10, Gold 30 SG. I think, Celine was referring to... Okay, Urgent Quest or Emergency Quest. Yeah, it's the Space Magatsu one. The Space Magatsu one, I kind of don't like it. Now, I'm okay with the Space AIS scene and stuff. It's just that I don't mind beating the shit out of the actual big Magatsu. Like a small little person, like how we did when they first introduced Magatsu. I don't mind beating the shit out of a giant titan. That's pretty cool. But the fact that I'm using AIS to beat the shit out of it in space, it's okay. Makes a bit of sense, but I do want to beat it up physically and be like, hey, look, Magatsu, remember us? We're gonna bully the shit out of you again. But that's just my opinion. It does give a good chunk of resources, though, especially in terms of weapon badges. I don't know how or what Global would do on their end. It was... Was it an emergency quest? I guess it was. Because I... Oh god, what the fuck happened? I kind of gave up on PSO2 right now. I've been playing a lot of Romancing Saga Re-Universe and working on my toy still. That's fine, Uraba. I will say this, there is an event going on to get another Light Weaver. You might want to do that just because free goodies for endgame weapons. You know that Ice Stone that we had to do 50 kills on for Primordio? They're giving out like several of them. They're giving it out through the Battle Pass. They're giving it out on the certain event where you spam Primordio on Ultra Hard 10 times. You get another stone. And then there's a new game mode. But if you need to take a break and, you know, you're waiting for NGS, then do whatever you need to do. Paulo says, first time I tried the Kazuchi one, I was leveling up low class with a 20% up weapon. I failed. The thing is, that doesn't give a lot of experience. Even though it had a bunch of those Kazuchis, it's kind of on the down low. I do need to do some calculations and once again do a recording if I ever get my hands on the ticket. Somewhere, yeah, okay, so yeah, you guys will talk about that. Nino says, how to be Varuna. How to be Varuna. He simps. MG says, I dried my SG trying to get Xeon long hair, but got her updo instead. Yeah, you can get her hair. The thing is, there are some AC scratches on the Japanese side. I don't know if they released it over there for global. Because when they were releasing the anime for PSO2, there was an optional AC scratch that had some of the Stargem stuff, but through ACs. I don't think it was all the items, but it was a good chunk of stuff, especially in terms of like some of the NPCs that you saw through these episodes. Did I put away that Nox weapon? I would need to feed these again. Alright, so feed all that. Yes. And then let us go and do a Goku. Man. These keys. These fucking keys. Liquid says, or Urava says, yeah, I'm kind of playing in a between. I finished that SAO collabs and bought some Diva Dance tickets, but yeah. It's alright, Urba. Just be aware that there's some stuff going on that you may want to capitalize on, but if you want to skip over it, that's entirely fine. I wouldn't blame you if you're just waiting for NGS and want to go into that hype. Did you sign up for the closed beta testing, Urba? I did send mine in. Oh god, how do I pronounce your name? Osama? Osama says, are you going to play PSO2 NGS? Yes. Now, the question is, can I record it? And can I stream it? I don't know. But I am going to try to play NGS. If I do need to upgrade my computer, I think it should be fine for it. I do need to talk to my friend who made it. So I am going to try to play NGS. Hopefully I fulfill all the criteria. I think I got a good processing cord. The question is if I have the right video card for it. It should be alright. But once again, if I try to stream it and record it, that might be a slight issue. Theo says, sent mine in the day they went live. NDA is a wild card. Yeah. Well, another good thing is that they're releasing it on the PSO2 side first in terms of the graphical update. I can most likely test it out through those means and see if it will be good and or bad. If it's bad, then I wouldn't need to bother my pal and be like, hey, look, I need help like reworking the computer you sent me. And then Zio says PSU and PSO2 CBT both had NDAs. I see, I see. Oh wait, shit. Wait, hold up. Am I using a key without any boot? Fuck. Okay, this is a problem. I'm not getting the most experience out of this. My boost is expired. This is bad. Alright, I'm gonna have to refix that slight issue with the boosters. But I would also need to go through most of my characters to figure out who has my goddamn keys. Ouch. I got road. Damn Emperor Embrace. And then Namesuit says, hey, Morph, where would you go to farm Fabula? Masquerade. Masquerade would be a good one. I think some people would say triggers of some sort. I think it was Dragon that might be able to drop it as well. But I know when it comes to easy to access, it will be the Ultimate Quest, Remnants of the Other World. Let me make sure. Should be able to pop up in the records. And then Uraba says, I remember a lot of graphical bugs when PSO2 Japan first came out. Wait. You played during like the release of PSO2, right? So you were a beta tester? I wasn't here during the release for the Japanese PSO2. Let me check over here and then check this thing. Oh wait, shit, it doesn't show you quest records. Oh, okay, so I think Fabula does drop from Ultimate Quest, but I don't remember where else. It's gonna be some episode 5 content that might drop Fabula. And then Zio's like, my GP is good, but need to upgrade the rest of my rig. And then Nino says, anything with the caster for weapons, I think. Is it the Busted Quest stuff then? It might be Busted Quest stuff. And then MJ says, there's Xeon long hair in the Fallen Heroes SG scratch on Global? I couldn't answer that. PSO2 CBT was fun times. Oh, PSO2 closed beta testing. That's what CBT stands for. Ah. Yeah, I kind of wish I was there at the beginning for the Japanese PSO2 and the closed beta. It's just that I wasn't aware that they had a translation for it, and then I wasn't really aware of how to get the Japanese PSO2 during that time. But at the very least, now I can be at the beginning for NGS because, yeah, it's gonna be a new start. I'm gonna look forward to that. What am I doing now? I said I need to get the boost, so I need to figure out which character has a bunch of my goddamn keys. Because this is only 4 of them. I know I have someone that has a bunch of my keys. I just don't remember who. So I'm gonna go between all my characters. I'm gonna pick up the Balvados client order as well. Just note that they did reset it. So go ahead and pick that up if you haven't. 250,000. And you can pick up anything else as well. Now, who was it? Was it Undergirl? Damn, I don't remember who. Paulo says, best place to find fabulous souls are the Buster, Ultimate Quest, and Triggers. I don't remember if they dropped a lot of those over here in the Japanese PS2 when we did those Busters. But then again, I wasn't here throughout most of episode 5. I joined at the very last second. Urba says, it really felt a brand new world. Everyone was wondering how the PSE bursts worked and what? And it was such an event when it happened. Yeah, that's the thing that I like. The initial and genuine surprise of a game and just exploring it as it is. It's just fun. There's not going to be a bunch of guys just like telling you right up like, hey look, this is what you need to do and stuff. I mean, it will be done eventually, but, you know, it's fun to just explore it naturally. And then fun to do it with a bunch of pals. Might be a bunch of strangers, but then guess what? That stranger can be your best friend later. That's how I met a good chunk of my close pals on the internet. It's through PSO2 and just being weird and funny. Like, when I was playing in episode 2, everything was new to me and everyone taught me stuff and it was, like, really good. I just liked it. I like that experience. And why am I on Zillion? Is because I'm trying to find the fucking keys. Let me get back on topic and do that. Okay, so this actually has a good chunk of my keys. But one of these damn characters of mine, they have it in their character storage. I just need to remember who it was. I got the battle disc already, so it's not on Zillion. And then Zio's like, NA folks missed out on that. Yeah, that's the big thing that I was hinting at in terms of the backlash, and it's not really the true PSO2 experience. They didn't go through like some of the unknown stuff, like how the Japanese vets did. I remember I was in B7 being such a memer and would start with default dance 1 and there would be like 10-15 people coming in. Yeah, I mean, I don't know the history with B20 because a lot of people, well, some people told me B20 back in the closed beta testing was like chill and relaxed, and then it just became what it was later on. But then there's some people that said it was always like this, so it's like, which is it? Is it the first one or the second one? And I feel like if people were bringing that up, it's more like certain individuals made it. Certain individual had a certain reputation that made it notorious. I don't think it was everyone within the community, but I would say some individuals would be doing that. In all honesty, I got mixed opinions about B20 and B7 and B1. It's kind of dead now because everyone's scattered, and most of them I think went to NA. And, well, went to Global. Because now I'm hearing stuff about how Ship 2 over there in Global is quote-unquote toxic. And I don't know if that's true. You hear a lot of stuff from people. Alright, so it's not this character that has it. So I already picked up the bell. Swapping. Yeah, there was like funny shit that happened like in that block. Like there was one time where I was there and a bunch of casts were just assembling. Actually, better yet, I have a picture of it. This was like well, I didn't want to show that. So yeah, here it is. This was like a screenshot that was happening in B7. One of these casts is me. I wonder which one. But yeah, this was happening in B7. A bunch of casts were just assembling. It started off with a joke because this red one, it was a close pal of mine. They were like, oh yeah, it's cast day or something. I don't remember. It was like Sunday cast or something. It was like cast. It's technically a cast day. I was like, alright, let me go with my cast character. So he started it, and then I went on my cast character, and then all these other cast characters came in, and then we just started to assemble. Get to the point where like there's a shit ton of cast characters just joining out of fucking nowhere with all these different designs and stuff. And then it got even chaotic, because look at all these casts. There's like 2 big ones in the background. I don't know how they were able to get like big ones, but look at all these damn casts. Rosen is in this picture. It's like, well, he's not in this batch, but I was talking to my guys on the Discord, and I was saying like, hey look, B7's doing some stupid shit, and we're assembling all these different casts, and then Rosen decides to hop on, kind of at the last minute when this was dying down. So yeah, there was all these casts. I don't know how they got like these giant ass robots in the background. And then this is pretty much all my close pals. I think that's Skull, that's Rosen, that's Scar, and then some other individuals. But yeah, I got some fun moments from that particular block. I remember like when I was first joining the game as well, there was a time where there was a bunch of casts just forming up, and they had cool looking cast designs. Some of them looked like Gundams and stuff. And this just reminded me of that moment when I was a noob and then I saw this entire assembly. I think there were a couple of cast noobs like in here. I don't think they were in the picture. Like they walked by and they were like, holy shit, you guys look cool and stuff. And then we're like, you'll get to that point where you can actually do customizations. So yeah, it just started because this guy over here, the one in red, that looks like a certain Gundam, I think. They talked about like, it's cast day, and then boom, bunch of fucking people coming out of nowhere with a bunch of cast stuff. So yeah, that person is Vulcan over here. Where's Vulcan? Yeah, this is Vulcan. He's the orange one. He's not wearing his cast stuff because I am trying to milk the star gems. But that was fun. That was really fun. I mean, they got their stupid moments, but they also got their fun moments. Oh, you don't see any Day screenshots. Well, Day wasn't there. Day wasn't there. If we're talking about really old screenshots, like, he has it in his storage. It's just that I don't have access to it. But yeah, Rosen was in that. It was pretty recent. It was somewhere around this year. I would say maybe like a couple months ago. When I took the picture, it was like August 8th, 2020. Wait, no, is that August? Yeah, that should be August. 8 is August. Alright, so let me make sure. Yeah, the fact that people could just do random, like, cast assemblies, it's like, holy fuck, alright. And then sometimes I would just join in on it. Urba says, when I first started this game, everyone was either trying to be Kirito or Ovan. Remember the game came out back in 2020. The height of SAO popularity and hack, people were kind of Yeah, the thing is, that was true, and if I remember correctly, Sword Art Online was released around 2020 as well, which is, or was it 2014? Let me see. Because I think SAO, watching the first season of SAO during that moment, it kind of made me go for a certain MMORPG for dual wielding. Let's see, when is this release? When was the anime? So yeah, the anime television series produced by A1 Pictures, known simply as Sword Art Online, aired in Japan between July and December 2012. When was that? What was I doing in 2012? Oh wait, 2012 I was doing like maybe Terra. I was trying out several other MMORPGs to get that same experience. But once I was done with my first year of my university back in 2014, I was just sitting with my laptop saying like, I need to find a game to play because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just sitting here in my dorm being bored as fuck. And then I tried to get the Chinese Blade and Soul. That was a monster because I could not access that easily. It was region lock. You had to get through VPN, and then you also had to make an account, and I could barely navigate through that account. It was a headache. And then I stumbled upon the fact that there was a translation for, the Japanese PSO2 through Tweaker. I looked up a couple guys to download it, and then I downloaded it, and then I started playing it. I was going to leave the Japanese PSO2 because of what I experienced through B20 and the frustration that I had, until I talked to good people from a different block, and they allowed me to stay and just be chill with them and get to play the game naturally and just have fun with all these randoms that I didn't know about, but then we made bonds together. So the B6 days for me were something. And once again, I might make a video talking about it just because B6 does hold a special reputation in terms of me starting YouTube and me playing PSO2 and me changing as a person. Or it helped me just do a lot of character development. Like I got out of my like solo mode. Yeah, solo mode, because I tend to play a bunch of MMORPGs by myself, and I didn't talk to many people. I was pretty much a loner, so I would explore these MMORPGs. I did make a couple friends here and there. It's just that PSO2 was the MMORPG game that made me do a lot more than what I usually do in MMORPG games. And then that's when I also wanted to make a bunch of videos and guides for PSO2, especially when I noticed how there wasn't as many guides to talk about various things. But now, since Global's out, there's a huge influx, and then now NGS is coming out, there's now going to be more influx of people wanting to help out as well. But yeah, that was like the golden era of... Would I say golden era? I guess it is. Just because it just had, you know, its unique charm. It did die out eventually when stuff changed and X, Y, and Z happened. I mean, it did have its hiccups, it did have a lot of issues that popped every now and then. And then I just realized that's a certain individual of mine. That's a close pal of mine. I'm just gonna stare at them. Of course a character will look like that. The one thing that I'll say is that my pal's character, this one, it looks really fucking nice. I'm just gonna see if they're there. Like, I can't stop staring at it. They have the right body proportions and it's just good looking. I want to know what their character physique is and slide is, but they're not gonna share that. They took hours to make this certain figure. Now, some of you guys may not be a big fan. Ow! Yeah, this is also another oldie from back then too. Well, not like back in episode 1 and 2. They poke my eyes out. They poke my eyes out. Then again, I'm on Shiva. She's the villain, sort of. And now Joy came to look at them. And Paolo says, have you ever played SMT Imagine? Don't know what that is. Alright, back to, away from oogling, back to trying to find my keys. Yeah, it was 2012, haha, Terra Online. Yeah, I did try Terra Online. It's, in terms of its gameplay and its graphics and stuff, it's fine. It's just that I couldn't get into it because it didn't have the certain look that I was going for. I was looking for literally anime stuff, not like realistic anime-ish sort of dealio. I dropped it though. I mean, if I give it a bit of a chance and went further with maybe a couple of close pals of mine, I might enjoy it, but it just didn't have that certain aesthetic I was going for. James says, you want an MMO to play? Final Fantasy 11? Final Fantasy 11. Never actually played it. Best MMORPG ever. The games that I played that was kind of long and I sticked around for a while would be like RuneScape. RuneScape. Yeah, RuneScape is technically an MMORPG. That one I played during its golden era, I guess, whenever it was out. James says, Final Fantasy XI is true legit MMO. You get real power for the effort you put into the grind. I wouldn't mind trying that out if they revamp it. Now, would I backtrack and try to get into it? I have no clue. I don't even know if you could play it still. Most likely you can. Oh, Megumi Tenshi. Oh god. Megami Tenshi Online? Isn't that related to like Devil Survivor, Atlas games? Because it sounds like something of that nature. I think I've seen it before. I heard about it, I think, but I never played it. I did play Blade and Soul once it got, what is it? Localized, or at least has an English translation, but I had to go through the Russian servers for that one. I played it for a bit, but I dropped it eventually. I was okay with its appearance and the aesthetics, but the problem that I had with that one was just the gameplay. What other games did I play that I remember clearly? A lot of the games that I played were actually like browser games. It didn't require a lot of download. I did play Adventure Quest and all the other different types of quests that came along with it. Crew's like, hey again, how was your lunch? Didn't eat it yet. I should check and see if I have to go eat or if my food is ready. And then James says you can still play Final Fantasy 11. I might look into that. Paulo says, yeah, the Atlas game Persona is a spin-off. Yeah, I heard about it, seen a bit of it, haven't really touched it. There's a good chunk of MMORPGs I played before I settled with, like, PSO2. I did play El Sword, I kind of played Dungeon Fighter Online, but that one's a unique one because I'm playing it with a close pal of mine. But that's the only reason why I'm still playing it every now and then. What other games? I know that I played like several of them that aren't as big. The big one that I know that I got into was like Atlantica Online, but that's more of a turn-based strategy one than a... It is an MMORPG, but at the same time it also has turn-based with it because it's like squad-based. James says the way gearing works in Final Fantasy XI is it's not in the horizontal progression every game goes for now, where you replace your gear every new tier. You have to put the effort to collect pieces that last you a long time. I don't mind that. I don't mind something of that nature, because you do need to take that into consideration. Like, people will get annoyed at the fact that if you keep on changing stuff on them, they will need to do certain things to get it. But if you do it constantly, then it's going to be a pain in the butt for people who want to stay on the meta. But the flip side is, guess what? Those who might want to be serious about it, they could try to do something with it. Now, if there's like a paywall or a pay option, aka pay to win, then guess what? That might force those top players to spend money so they can just stay at the top. So there's pros and cons to it. In my sense, I do hate it when I have to try to keep up with the meta, so I would want to find an alternative system to keep things as they are. And PSO2 doesn't really do that in terms of the pay to win method. You could do it in terms of augments and affixing, but even then, it's not like it's a big deal, and it's not actually pay to win, because what's the point of trying to be all nuts with your augments and affixing other than, you know, showing off and stuff. Like, you can do it if you want to do it, like how I went for Guardian, so Absolute Glare, Returner 5, and Crack 5. It's just that, what else can you do with that other than like survive through endgame content that is PvE? You can't show off, you can't try to beat the shit out of another player. There are rankings in PSO2, it's just that it's in terms of some other things like team ranking. That, pretty much team ranking is a team effort, so everyone has to have certain requirements and stuff, and then you want to put restrictions and rules, etc. But it's not heavy on that competitive side. Paulo says Ragnarok? No, I think I gave that a shot, but I don't remember how far I went into it. No, I didn't play that one. Scratch that. I did not play that one. I think I played Perfect Worlds. It was fine, but then I dropped it eventually. Why am I on this guy? It's to stare at this storage space. Crew's like, ever played Rapsol or Sibyl online? No, I have not played that. And then James says there's no cash shop on Final Fantasy XI, all you pay is a sub. I see. That's actually pretty good then. I was debating about giving, World of Warcraft a shot, but I really need a battle buddy with me, because the big thing that kind of annoys me is just like the static movements, because it is a classic MMORPG game. It does have its appeal. It's just that if I'm gonna fight something, if I move out of the way, I want it to register as a dodge or something. And I don't like hitting a bunch of buttons, but some of you guys might actually like that. I want some control, pretty much. Like, if I'm doing something in-game, I want it to happen in-game. That's a big, like, stickler for me with Blade and Soul, because when I was backing away from a fight, they were able to hit me, like, when there's, like, a huge distance gap. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Paulo says, I don't mind new tiers coming out, but each tier has lasts for a good time, like 6 months, so you can actually enjoy your gear after you grind. That's what the Japanese PSO2 did. Now, you do change your gear every now and then, but there is a certain duration compared to like that of global PSO2 where they've been constantly changing it left and right. And that's not even 6 months, it's like 2 to 3 months time span. Nino says, Monster Hunter World has like tournaments for clear times with same equipment. Alright, let me catch up with the chat and then I'll have to end the stream so I can go eat. I will most likely continue again after I'm done eating. Need to figure out where my keys are, because it's somewhere. I have a lot of them, I just don't know where it is. So, Paulo says, some games just throws a new tier at your face when you just got your gear and can't even enjoy it. You just need it in order to grind a new tier. Feels like you're playing an eternal catch-up game. Jesus, I hate that. James says, wow, it's a dead game. Failing trying to survive. Also, have you heard about Vindictus at all? Heard about it, some of my pals did play it. But I'll continue these conversations later after I'm done eating. Need to go eat lunch. I am going to stream most likely after I'm done eating. Come back roughly around maybe 30 to 40 minutes. So thank you guys for chatting. I will continue this power leveling session later. So thank you James, Paulo, Nino, Red, who's lurking, Urba, Crew, MJ, Zio, Name Sue, and anyone else who is lurking and who decided to chat. I'll see you guys in a few minutes once I'm done eating. Come back roughly around 30 to 40. If you want to know when I'm streaming, or if you just want to see a notice about me streaming, Twitter's is a good way to know, and then also my Discord. It's all in the description. For now, I'll see you guys after I'm done eating. Peace.